Welcome to the Political Matrix News. Politics, people, local, regional, national news. Political Matrix News keeps you informed. We have the sources, we have the truth from inside the Political Matrix.
Welcome back. This is Greg Fink here. We got Scott Miller here with the Political Matrix broadcast, newscast, and any other kind of cast you want to cast it with. And we're going to talk about DJ T, Donald J. Trump. And it looks like one real quick, one hearing is going to be, or one court is being postponed. It sounds like indefinitely on the confidential record deal. So it doesn't look like that's going to happen at all before this election cycle. So it will happen probably a month or two after the next election if Trump were to win the election. And so it'll be like 5 years from now. But the Stormy Daniels trial, that is really that's a fun one to watch. I mean, you got him sleeping and he's farting. He's he's having a field day. He's getting threatened with contempt. He's getting threatened with this, threatened with that. The judge keeps on saying you're violating gag orders. You're doing this. You're doing that. But I mean, I think the whole deal is that why are we even here? I mean, if you want to talk about hush money, let's talk about the media. The media has been hushing things up for presidential and other elections for years. And there's no hush money here unless there's what do you call extortion?
Yeah, that's the thing. How can they possibly be charging him with paying for hush money if they're not charging anyone with extortion? Because that would be what the hush money is for, is to hush up the person who is extorting you. So if Stormy Daniels isn't extorting him...
Yeah, they're charging him for a crime that doesn't exist because for that crime to exist, another previous crime had to occur for this year to occur, and the previous one, they're not going after the person who extorted them.
Well, and they're trying to talk. They're grasping at straws because they're going after this election manipulation or election crimes, but they're not. He hasn't violated a state election law, a New York state election law, and the only law that they're alleging that he might have. Yeah, and as someone who's been as the two of us have been in elections for 25 years, federal elections included, you have not. He hasn't violated any federal statute by paying someone to not run a story. That's not how that works.
I mean, the whole thing with the National Enquirer and everything else. I mean, if you're going to go down that road, let's go down every single freaking media road there is. For the New York Times, all the way down to the little itty bitty weekly on the corner. I mean, people influence elections in the journalism area. That's what they do. They have friends, and they encourage people to vote one way or another way. They endorse candidates. They don't endorse candidates. I mean, this is nothing criminal.
Listen to NPR sometime. It's basically a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week Joe Biden love fest. And
MSNBC, same way.
I mean, all of these things are just in love with these guys. They completely cover all the good stories on one and all the bad stories on other, and nothing in between. So if we're calling that election interference, well, then you need to back the truck up because you're going to be hauling off a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have thousands and thousands of people to go after if you want to call this election interference. I mean, the reality is it's not. I mean, it's nothing but, and like what you said, I mean, obviously, if they want to go this deep into being hush money and how he writes a check with his Sharpie, or whether or not it's a black Sharpie or a red Sharpie or whatever kind of Sharpie it is, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, and the fact is, I mean, they're grasping at straws. And I mean, there's no there. Period.
There is no there, and it is beyond the pale that they're even trying to do this. Why what did Stormy Daniels will tell you repeatedly that that they had no relationship. Now they're kind of grasping at this thing like, well, maybe it wasn't a relationship; it was just like a sexual encounter. Well, even if it was a sexual encounter. That's the sort of thing that you extort prominent businessmen with, and that's exactly what she's doing. So her attorney, Stormy Daniels' attorney, is going out to great lengths to say that it wasn't an extortion payment. It was a what was the word? Consideration. It was consideration. All right.
Consideration.
Well, then if it was consideration, then it wasn't. Then that's all that it was. Well, then it wasn't an illegal thing. So where is the predicate, law, in order for them to connect this misdemeanor into this records misdemeanor into a felony? They have to have a predicate broken law, which would be a federal law that they don't even have jurisdiction on, and the people that do have jurisdiction on it said that they don't want to prosecute it. What are we doing here?
What we're doing here, we're influencing elections. That's what we're doing. We're campaign influencing. That is what this entire story is about, is influencing an election. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah, they're afraid the boy's not going to win, so they're going to whatever lengths they can to get to ensure that he doesn't have an opponent. Because that's the only way that joker's going to win.
Yeah, I mean, and basically they're trying to clear the table for Biden because, Biden can win without any opposition.
Yeah, I guess he could.
And you know what? Guess what? Anybody can win without any opposition.
I don't know, though. Actually, that'd be funny.
And stick everybody in jail. We could. I mean, RFK Jr. is doing very good in the polls.
Yeah, I know, right? This is how RFK wins.
I mean, I'm not laughing at it because I'm laughing at RFK. I'm laughing at it because, of all the years to have a third party candidate, when you have a very super party financing structure in the Democrat Party, you have another super financing structure in the Democrat Party. Both parties are very well financed, Republican and Democrat, and still a third party is sneaking in.
Absolutely.
It's not the most well financed, but
that is the hilarious thing.
Is something different.
If
people want something different than what we got,
if they somehow succeed in knocking Trump out, all they're going to do is promote RFK. Because RFK will be the one. Will be the one.
Yeah, he will, and he will beat. He will defeat Biden
easily. And I don't think that's going to happen because I think that once the grown-ups in the higher courts start looking at these things, that they're just going to get tossed.
I don't know about what grown-ups are you talking about. Supreme Court grown-ups.
Yes, I'm talking about Supreme Court grown-ups.
There's a 50-50 on that one.
Well, I'll tell you, if it goes to the federal Supreme Court, then the federal Supreme Court will shut it down immediately because it's 6-3.
Right. That's true. Hopefully they realize what the Constitution is and stick with it. Mm-hmm. So it's right now it's a little dicey sometimes. You never know which way Roberts is going to go.
Yeah, fair enough. So, I've always been a little uncomfortable with Roberts. Once he got in, he really, really started. He changed his tune from what he, said he was in his confirmation.
Right.
In his confirmation, Roberts was supposed to be Kavanaugh, basically, and he's nothing even remotely like Kavanaugh.
No, he's not. No. But it's going to be very interesting. I do know with the, I think it's great that that they're going to go ahead and put a delay, and definitely it looks like on the hearing about the files in his garage or in his bathroom or wherever the heck they showed up at Mar-a-Lago. It's a very questionable case altogether anyway, since it has been done by numerous people as well. And the only reason why they were going after him was because his attitude was a little different than Mike Pence's attitude or Joe Biden's attitude. But just because your attitude is different, it doesn't change the legality of it. That doesn't affect the legality of it being legal or not. It just means you got a different attitude.
I will tell you one thing, though. If when we get to the probably within the next week or two, Trump is going to start trolling that judge to the point where he wants to get, and he has for a while clearly wanted to spend a night in jail. He wants that he wants that judge to arrest him so badly, to put him in jail so bad, because it'll bump him 5 points. At a minimum,
it will
get a 5-point bump out of it.
Fundraising too.
Absolutely, he millions of dollars.
Great fundraising. Yeah.
Oh my God! I mean, it is going to literally break the bank.
It's not a good idea, though.
Oh, I think it's
I don't think it's a good idea.
From a campaign move, I think it's an incredible idea. I think that he will get so much traction off of that. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because he's just going to
spend it. I do think he's trolling the judge like that. He's trying to get arrested. He's trying to spend a night in jail for contempt or something.
Absolutely. Because they were number one, he's right. The judge, he's right that the judge shouldn't be doing this stuff. That gag order, if he's going to gag him on that, then it has to be extended over to the prosecutors as well. There needs to be if he's going to blanket, gag one, he's a gag them all, and that is not happening.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a break here real quick. We're going a little long here again. And we'll be right back here with the next episode here of the Political Matrix News. Bye-bye.